One second. It is September, and we have two new sponsors of the month. That's right, Myers Family Insurance, handling all of your Medicare, life, and retirement needs. And also, we're messy, and Lord knows we need cleaning lady. Buckeye Managing LLC. That's right, they clean all of your houses, your businesses. Just totally awesome company. That's Tammy Russell at 330-502-7504. And then, of course, as always, Mayor Tim, Valley Insurance, handling all of your home, car, auto, all that fun stuff. So again, Mayor Tim, Myers Family Insurance, and Buckeye Managing LLC. Make sure to give them a call. They are the MLO Bros sponsors of the month for September. Where's Isaac? So Isaac, you're commenting already, and you're not here. So that just means you just didn't want to come in. That's what that means to me. He said he had like babysitting a dog or something like that. Yeah. All right, everybody, welcome. Do us a favor, polling people. Please share this to your pages if you're watching. We have the Supe here on a Thursday morning at 9 a.m. We're going to be discussing a whole bunch of stuff. Thanks for coming there, boss. Yeah, you're busy. I like your Bengals gear. You got your Bengals tie and everything.
I can't let Joe Burrow go. I've let everything else from Cincinnati go.
They're what? They're 0-3?
No, they're 1-2.
1-2.
Yeah, they beat the Jets Sunday.
Yeah.
So they play the 3-0 Dolphins tonight. So
I don't think the Dolphins are that good, to be honest. I think they're better than they're worse than they're playing right now. Yeah. They're playing up right now, so we'll see. Okay, well, let's get into this because we got to Okay, I got to start. Let's go over the bomb threat.
Yeah.
The communication. I know there was I'm sure you guys took some heat for that. So what happened exactly?
Well,
can you give us the details?
Yeah, I can. So let's start about what went well that day. First of all. So each one of these events that occurs, there's no playbook. They're all different. And, we're educators. We do the very best that we can with these type of situations. So, what went well is, obviously we did get a threat. It was via email. Okay. Someone created a fake account, sent the email to a teacher in the middle of the night, woke up to it. Right when they woke up to it, the staff member did a fantastic job, immediately called the principal, about 8:25, 8:30, and every kid was evacuated immedately and safely to the stadium.
And this was, as for those of you who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, there was a bomb threat last last Tuesday in the morning via email, like you just said. And so they were evacuated. Where were the students evacuated to?
To the stadium.
Okay.
Everybody was safe. It was hot out that day. We had extra support there. We immediately, when those type of things happen, educators then immediately turn the building over to the police.
Okay.
So the original word was 9:30. This will be taken care of at 9:30. Let's get through it.
How did, and again, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know like communication was a big conversation.
Yeah.
A text went out to tell everybody.
Yeah. So we immediately alerted all the people in the district, staff, students, everybody through our networks, and let them know that we had a bomb threat. We evacuated the kids. Our thought was it was all going to be done at 9:30. And we talked with the police, said take about an hour. So we told the parents it'd be about an hour, 9:30. And then from that, it wasn't an hour. So it was 15 more minutes. Then it was another 15 minutes. Then it was another 15 minutes. And we couldn't get it all clear from the Youngstown bomb squad, the FBI, and the police. So we were focused on the kids, and getting them water, making sure everybody was good, and looking back, maybe some additional updates. But the only update we had was it's going to be 15 more minutes.
There's no update. Yeah, the only update is there's no update.
Right, and we didn't want to overwhelm our communication system and just keep communicating. So we said as soon as we got information, that was we let them know. It's kind of like when you go to the airport if your plane's delayed. They tell you your plane's delayed, and then when there's more information, they'll let you know. We didn't have any more information, so.
But the 9:30 time then was basically they said it should be this. You guys said that, so I guess we got. So you had the kids water.
We had them water
because I heard like the things you hear on Facebook is just like I made a video because I immediately got annoyed because people were like, oh no, and again I probably went a little overboard with my video, but. So they had water.
They were safe and secure. What the 9:30 time? So basically, it wasn't an update, or there wasn't any update, so you guys didn't update. Let's take it from here. So then what? And again, this is what I was trying to explain to everybody. You guys are teachers, principals, you're not safety experts. You're not, I mean, you're at the thing of the teacher. So what have you guys learned? I guess would be the question. What because you have an experience like this, you're going to learn what to do better, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we felt like we used all of our means.
Mm-hmm.
We needed to use an all call maybe in between there.
Okay.
We could have, but in the moment, the all call would have said this: "We're still waiting."
Right.
So we didn't have anything.
Yeah. Right.
So we waited until we got the all clear back, which I think was around 11:15 or 11:16 to be exact.
Right.
So, immediately after that, we sent information out. We had it on the website. We put it on social media.
There was an email too, right?
An email. And then I ended at 1:20 with a video.
I saw that. Yeah.
And we sent the video out. It had like 1,200 views. So It was a lot. And we had the person that did it in custody by 2:00. So it was like, and
everything's moving quick and you're in the heat of the moment kind of thing. Right.
So I felt like, obviously there's always things you can do better. And we obviously debriefed with the police.
Mm-hmm.
We debriefed with, our staff, and, we'll see what, but the thing about it is everyone's like, well, hope, next time you do this, well, next time it's probably going to be something completely different.
Right. It's totally not even,
different time of the day, different, so,
right. Okay.
But I think, I wanted to compliment the police and the fire, and all the staff that was out there, Principal Schneider, under the conditions. I mean, try evacuating 824 kids
as fast as you can, and
then working with several different organizations.
Yeah.
But I do have to say this, and I'm saying this nicely because I really love Poland.
I know where this is
and I love the parents, and I love everybody.
I had a conversation with Chief Comstock, and he wasn't as nice as you're going to be right now. Go ahead.
And I'm a parent, and I know it's scary and everything, but from the time we got the bomb threat till the time we got all clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody was safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody was safe.
Yeah.
And I've been in urban situations. I've been in rural situations. I've been in suburban schools, and now Poland, which is a small village. And I'm going to tell you, the only time throughout that event where we were not safe is when 250 to 300 parents showed up.
Unbelievable.
And I understand there was a level of fear, and I appreciate that. But that's one of the things that we need to work on as a community and as a superintendent. We need to come up with what we're going to do. We had all of our arteries blocked, like we couldn't get in and out. We're not equipped to get 350 kids out of a building one at a time, and we can't just dismiss them.
Yeah.
There's a legal that you got to sign your parents in.
You don't know if they're going with the right person. Yep. You don't know.
Yes.
Right.
We don't know if they're going to go home alone. So that was a challenge. We talk about things we need to get better at. I think that's it. And I'm not blaming anybody because I get it. People are afraid, and I probably would have been too, a little nervous. But that's when we were at our weakest moment, was when we were trying to get the kids out.
So just to picture this in our heads here real fast, Poland, you have Klingen, you have Dobbins, you have 170, and you have 250 cars. Is that what it was? I mean, estimated.
I think 300 kids left. Over 300 were signed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the time it was over.
Yeah, they started at 11.
Cars on the road just waiting to get to the school.
And in the parking lot, and like we couldn't get any cars through.
So if there was an emergency,
we would not have been able to get in. I took a photo of the office in the seminary. You could not. It looked like a rock concert. You couldn't see through it at all. You couldn't move through it.
What if there's a bomb? What if there is a legitimate bomb, and then the school blows up and you have parents there and everything else trying to get their kids out?
That's exactly. And we actually had parents that had appointments. They had to get their kids out for appointments. They couldn't even get in to get it. So it was that was our challenge.
So Fire Chief Comstock is my old neighbor. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he called me pissed off that day at And he was, I mean, because he's like, what if the school explodes? What if there's an actual emergency? He goes, well, not even with the bomb threat. What if a teacher goes down with a heart attack? Just some random, at that random time, you know what I mean? Because it's stress. He could not get his emergency vehicles because of the amount of traffic that caused.
The same thing happened at Louisville.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. You had a lady going there with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The situation was actually under control, and then obviously the fear of parents. So I'm not sure. I don't have the answer to that yet.
Yeah.
And but that was part of our debriefing. So
could you block the road? That Chip to me was saying the only thing he could think of was block off 170 with cops, both directions, Dobbins and Klingon, and just close the roads, which would be insane. But if it means being safe with an emergency, right?
Yep. I mean, I think that would be up to law enforcement, but anything that we can do to not have that happen in the future would be the best thing for Poland and all the kids.
So do you guys, everybody watching, do you hear that? It's hard as a parent because you're a parent, I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Kids in an emergency situation, I get it. You want to immediately go and do what you can to protect your kids and save your kids.
Yep.
But you could end up causing more harm than good by doing that.
Yep. You ever notice, like, if there's an accident or something happens and the police rope something off, there's a reason why they rope stuff off, and there's a reason why they won't let you cross no matter who you are.
Technically a crime scene.
Yeah.
At that point, right?
There's
or not a crime scene, or
they gotta get the scene under control.
Right.
We had it under control
until
the dismissal process began. And this is what was confusing to me. So we had the FBI, the Poland Township Police Department, the Poland Fire,
right,
and Youngstown there as well. And they cleared the building and said everything was absolutely safe.
Right.
So the building was safe. And I think some people were just, there was a high level of anxiety, and that's what I'm trying to get the balance. Like, how do we handle that? So, and in fairness too is, I think, like I was telling you before, every situation is completely different.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the next one's going to be like, but we'll see.
Yeah. So there you go. So, I mean, stay home. And I guess the other thing that maybe, in my opinion, is so the 9:30 thing was an error. Maybe and it's so hard to say this, but you're going to have to update in today's society, in today's world. Like when we had fire, when we were growing up, there was a fire alarm or, something like that. The parents never even knew, you know what I mean? Nothing like that until after.
Right.
Now and the kids have their phones.
Yep.
And they're going to text as soon as something happens. And that's, I mean, it's almost like you have to communicate. So I don't know. My only advice would be maybe send out an all call. That would be my thought.
Yeah.
Quicker. But you're in the middle of it. So how do you even think about it?
It's hard because our focus was on the kids and making sure everybody was safe, and then communicating via social media and emails and text. So, but it was noted about the all call, and we can do that too. It's one of our options, and we need to use it. Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, very good. Well, again, good job getting the kids out and everything else like that. So I guess everybody's going to learn from this. So, what else do you want to talk about?
Just a couple things.
We got all kinds of stuff.
I wanted to let everybody know we're getting on the other side of the bus driver shortage.
Where are we at?
So we hired 2 more and got 4 in training.
Really?
Yeah.
So is that full then?
We're almost,
Sweet.
Yeah. So I told our director of transportation, I said, we're going to keep hiring. We're going to have a whole bench. You're going to be sitting out there waiting.
Like substitutes.
Everything.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah. So that's good. So we're proud to announce that.
How is the what are they, group stops or
the cluster stops are doing good. We implemented something pretty cool. So randomly twice a month we check the cluster stops.
Okay.
So we have a pattern that we use, a random pattern.
Yeah.
Police in the village and in the township and several administrators
just randomly go
out there and check them just to make sure kids are safe. Yeah.
Good.
So that's been a thing going. I also got to congratulate the ladies. Our girls, tennis, golf, and cross country.
Yeah.
All won the league this week.
Nice.
Yeah. So our girls are clearly on the move there. So we're excited about that. And
Speaking of what you just said the line again, on the move.
Yeah,
you did that video the other. Did you see we were going to do a drinking game with it?
Yeah, I heard that.
every time Craig says on the move, we drink.
right.
So if I had a drink right now, I'd have to drink it.
On the move.
That's good. No, that's good though.
Yeah.
It's so we have 3 league titles from the ladies. Look at that.
And the boys won Friday.
Yeah.
Even the record up.
Yep.
We're exactly where we were last year, and we're younger.
Yep.
And we're really, really banged up. So
Yeah.
the kids are doing a good job. I'm really proud of the coaching staff. And
And they're in a tough freaking league this year because
three of our 3 losses were probably the 3 best teams.
South Range.
Yep. Undefeated.
Canfield
and Canfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Cheney and Canfield, Cheney almost beat Ursuline. And I don't know about Ursuline is always tough. And Cheney was huge. Like when I was down kind of walking around on the field there before the game of that Cheney game. That was our first game. And I'm like, those aren't freaking height. Those are freaking men.
Yeah.
Like they were horses. And I was like, and we
3 guys going Division I.
Yeah, it's like
big time.
Yeah. And so I mean, credit to the football team, credit to the coaches for doing. I mean, they're in a tough. It's a slobber knocker, so to speak. So
we got Girard Friday.
Another tough team.
Yep, they're 4-1.
Yeah,
it'll be tough, but tough schedule. We have the 3rd toughest schedule in Division 4 in the state of Ohio.
I 100% believe that. There is no doubt. And even though our records, what are we, 3-3, 2-2?
We're 3-3 right now.
If we win with those teams that are still winning, and we could still slip into the playoffs.
Yeah,
The playoffs.
Yeah, we'll probably make the playoffs if we keep winning out.
If we keep winning out, so awesome.
Yep. The other thing too is just let the community know we're going to continue to work on safety. We're going to do some practicing next Friday. I'm not allowed to say what it is or anything, but we're going to do a couple simulations. So I know
next Friday, everybody write that freaking down.
Yeah. So we're gonna be continue. We're gonna practice safety all the time.
Yeah.
It's number 1 priority. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
And I also saw, there was a meeting with the feds or the FBI, the police, and the schools. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, that was this week. I think Monday or something.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw both chiefs there, and I saw everything, and then with the FBI, which is crazy.
Yeah, they debriefed on everything that happened. That went through it, through and through. So it was good.
Well, you guys, awesome. All right, and can we talk?
Yeah.
So, fun fact: I watched the board meeting the other day, and we're going to start pushing that more because and we had a lot there. I saw people there, and we're going to start pushing the board meetings more because we're getting into some really good stuff as we get closer to the levy.
Yes.
Tell me about Union.
Yeah.
So Dom Marchiano Jr.
was
at the board meeting. They're interested in buying it, or you guys are going to give it to him, or what's the plan here?
So schools can only be sold in 2 ways or given away. One, the school district can flow property through a government entity like the township or the village.
So give it to the village.
And they can give it to a developer or something like that.
Okay.
That's one way. The other way is through an auction.
Okay.
Auctions are kind of dangerous. So like if I auctioned off the building and you bought it for $20,000,
I'm going to turn the thing into a ghost hunting center
say it falls through.
Yeah.
Well, then a charter school could potentially buy it from you,
which is always a concern as a school because you don't want a charter school. Okay.
If you get a charter school inside your boundaries, they have first right of refusal to any of your vacant property.
Wow. Okay.
So, those are the only 2 ways: auction or flow through a government entity. So we've been working with the village with the possibility of flowing it through them.
Yep.
And then they would put it out. We did a joint RFQ with them. So people put proposal together, and Mr. Marchiano put together a proposal with his team.
Yep.
And he presented on Monday. So
I
don't know what the people thought of it or not. I wasn't able to watch it.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a really good job. And what are your thoughts?
Well, it's funny you say that. We are going to have Dom Jr. on the podcast next Thursday night.
Okay.
At 8:30. So we're going to get all kinds of details. I want to hear from him.
Yeah.
I mean, people have concerns. But I like Dom Jr. and Dom Sr. They're good builders.
Yeah.
They've had some issues, and that's what I'm going to touch on with Dom Jr. because he's always going to have that shadow, you know. And I don't know if you know the history of that or not, but they've done amazing things for Youngstown with the hotel, with some
Yeah.
of those buildings. I want to hear what they want to do. And if we could have that happen there, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
We
Well-
need condos. We don't have condos. We don't have housing.
Right. And 42 condos. So right now we're paying about $45,000 a year for a vacant building.
Right.
And that'll continue to go up in
Right.
cost.
Right.
So
And it's a big building.
it is.
Yeah.
And we're also paying about the same at North.
Wow.
So I'm spending
$90,000.
almost $90,000 to $100,000 a year
Right.
to, so if we were to turn those into condos, you're talking about flowing millions of dollars into the school district
Yep.
that we can put towards kids.
Taxes
And
and stuff like that. Right.
So obviously we're going to look at every
Right.
possible option. So, and I was glad he was there to present, and
Yeah.
we'll keep doing our due diligence.
Have you ever been in the condos they made or the apartments they made in Youngstown?
No,
They're amazing.
really.
So they have like Realty One and they have a couple other buildings.
Yeah.
They are like big city condos.
Yeah.
In Youngstown. I'm telling, we did pictures for them a while ago, and people need to see that.
Right.
I really think it's something. Did you hear any pushback from anything for that?
There was a couple people there that had concerns. I'm not privy to all the things
Yeah.
that have happened in the past, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed the presentation. I had met Dom before, and I was glad that we had we have some options at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Whether the board acts on them or not, that'll be up to the board. And I know this board analyzes everything, and they'll make the right decision, over time. And but this has been exciting. This whole
Yeah.
journey of the
Absolutely.
yeah.
Steph has an amazing question. Good Stephanie. Stephanie has a great question. If floated or whatever you guys called it to the village for the property, who gets the proceeds from the sale? The village would, right?
No, I think if we float it through, obviously it would be a sale of some kind. It might be
Yeah.
$1, whatever.
Yeah.
They're probably going to do the same
Just-
so they get the benefit of the condos. I don't think
They're gonna
the village or the schools.
Right, they're gonna flip our school.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Right.
You sell it to them for $1 and then they sell for
Yeah.
500,000.
Well, I think the whole idea is a developer. It's going to be attractive to a developer
Yeah.
if they don't have to buy,
right.
and they get historic tax credits. So if they leave the structure of the building the same and build around it and
Right.
keep the structure and the outline the same, then they're eligible for tax credits through the Department of the Interior, and as well as historic tax credits from Ohio. So
Has the Poland Historical Society talked about this one yet? Because some of those people, I think, every time there's talk about renovating a building or something like that has historic value, they go. People, not just the historical society, but a lot of people in Poland, they covet their history. You know what I mean?
Well, Larry was there. He's I don't think he's the president. Lori's the president, but he was at the meeting.
Larry
Bauman, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was there. They know it's just discussion and we're looking at all the options. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
excellent.
yeah.
All right. Because you get Isaac and I call them the historical fanatics is what we
Yeah.
call them. And we appreciate it and we
Yeah.
get it, but at some point you got to look past it.
Right.
But I guess if you could keep the front of it, you know what I mean? Like make it.
it would look great.
Yeah.
42 condos is a lot. And
That's a lot of people and
Yeah.
a lot of tax
Yeah.
money is what that
And
is.
then what may happen is people that own homes that are older may move into those condos and then open it up to more families
Which
in
is
Poland.
what we
So,
talk about and what we
Yep.
need. Absolutely. So okay, cool. And then let's talk about your the new
Visits.
building, the
Yep.
the renovations, or not the renovations, the plans. You can see these plans on the school page, I believe, on the Facebook page. If you guys haven't seen these yet, you've been living under a rock again, and you can't really see them here. But you had 5 options.
Yeah, there was 5 options. One was deemed it was engineeringly it wasn't possible.
And that was
I had to kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at the original College Street.
Wait.
The 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Okay.
Here in the village.
Yeah.
That was not possible. So
Okay, so that one's scrapped.
That was off.
So renovated K through 3 school,
Yep.
new 4 through 8, renovated 9 through 12, PK and BOE remain the same. Transportation to be okay. So that one's gone.
Yep. So now we have it's real simple. Option 1 is basically 3 new schools. So what's changed is there's no renovation of the seminary at this point. So we've taken that off because it costs so much
For
to
option 1.
Yeah,
so that's
for all
gone.
of them.
For all, so we're not
It's-
touching the high school.
We're making it brand new.
Oh,
Brand new.
just gonna tear it down.
Brand new. It's no more renovation
Just
of the
steamroll it.
seminary. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Keep the gyms built around it. All right. So we need gym space. Yeah.
Dude, you ain't kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so gym
So,
space.
Um,
So literally, you leave the gyms and then just build around it. We're not adding on. We're just
well, they'll build a brand new building and
wow.
make it look.
Okay.
No one we found on this journey.
Yeah.
No one drives by the seminary and says, you got to keep that building. It's beautiful. No one says that. It's some of the other ones they do. Union, College Street.
Yeah.
They love that. They love North, the way it looked, but not the seminary. So
that makes, you know what, that makes sense to me. When you look at the buildings.
Yeah.
Sycophus just stuck his head in. Hey, Mayor. If you look at those buildings and the types of buildings compared to the seminary, it makes sense because it's just kind of like, man,
it was built in the 70s, very quick.
It's very 70s looking, actually.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, exactly. Very Brady Bunch. Yep.
And so options 1 is all brand new buildings. Option 2.
Option 1 is all brand new buildings.
Yeah. Three brand new buildings.
Everything
and just build brand new buildings.
Okay. Option 1.
And then option 2, right?
Option 1, for those of you who are not following on, because again, it was totally early and I didn't do this. Option 1 is 95 million.
Yeah.
Over 30 years.
Yep. But I got some things to add about that.
Okay.
So
you hear that number and you want to like,
it's much different than it was originally.
Right.
So I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So option 1 is a brand new K5 at North, a brand new 6th, 7th, and 8th at the seminary.
Okay.
And a brand new seminary. All right.
Wow. Okay.
And that's approximately $100 million.
Okay.
All right. Then option 2 is a brand new K5 at North and a renovated 6th, 7th, and 8th at the original College Street here in the village.
Okay.
And then a brand new seminary.
Wow. Okay.
Approximately $100 million.
Yep. So 100. So all around the same price.
All of them are approximately the same.
Okay.
Now, option 3 is a K-12 campus.
Okay.
3 standalone buildings. I'm going to say that twice.
3
standalone buildings.
3 standalone buildings. And you people know why he's saying that? Because everybody complains about high schoolers locking kindergartners in lockers.
That's correct.
So 3 separate buildings on the same area.
And it fits.
Wow. Okay.
Now, we don't have any designs, but we have a fit plan that we're working with them.
Okay.
And the 4th option, and we're going to continue to vet this, but it's not getting any traction. That's to take all the buildings that we have, the 4 remaining, and renovating them.
Really?
But we don't get anything new.
Okay.
So it would just be a renovation and a fix up of Union, a renovation and a fix up of North, a renovation and a fix up of the middle school, and a renovation of the high school.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't like that. Now, what's changed?
You might possibly own Union anymore, right?
Well, that could possibly be out of the scenario. But what's changed for the best for the taxpayers is we are probably going to partner with the state, and we will get if we do, which we like what they're saying, and we think it fits based on what the public's telling us.
Okay.
We would get 19% off of 100 million.
Wow.
So if we partner with them,
that's now big. What is that? There's got to be strings attached, right?
There is.
Yeah. When you're dealing with the government.
What that has is, if we wanted 4 gyms, they're not going to do it. You know,
right.
If we wanted a auditorium that has 18,000 seats, they're not going to do it.
I want reclining chairs too. If we're going to do it. Right?
Those things would have to be what they call locally funded. So we would have to come and let them know what we want, how we want it to look on the outside. They'll fund some things, they won't fund others, but regardless, it's going to be a discount.
So is that what is that through? Do you know what that's through? What is
that? The Ohio Facilities Commission. It was created. The Ohio was found unconstitutional the way we fund schools and the way we build buildings. All right.
Really?
So they created, instead of fixing every single school,
and
they created a commission, the Ohio Facilities Commission, and a lot of our tax-paying dollars.
So because so schools are funded incorrectly, they made this thing to give some money back.
Yes, wow. And you're eligible based on your partnership with them, and as long as you follow, the rules.
Can I ask, and not to go off topic, this is just morbid curiosity, why is funding deemed illegal in Ohio?
It was just the way they fund schools. Like, in Pennsylvania,
when they taxes, right?
When they want to raise taxes, superintendent and the board says, we're raising your taxes. End of story. Here we gotta, go through a year of having, sessions in the community. So
I like PA's one better, but that's kind of me. I'm very direct.
Yeah.
All right.
And the biggest thing I just want to get out to the public is, there is an option to do nothing, and that's on the sheet now. Mm-hmm. So
just let it go.
Yeah. And
what happens if we do that?
I'm going to spend about $2.3 million annually to continue to fix up buildings. Like the seminary needs a new roof, $3 million not this year, but next year. Not the upcoming year after.
And that just continues to pull out of our funds, pull out of what we should be putting in with the kids.
Yep. It'll just,
it'll slowly sink us.
And then without a doubt, I have to open another elementary if we decide not to go.
Right.
I have to, because McKinley's at capacity.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm very aware of that, boss. I hear that. Trust me. So what, and you've been doing your world tour.
41.
You're up to 41. You want to get what, 200?
250.
250. So, you better get moving.
Oh, I have, we have 14 scheduled over the next 9 days.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm even doing Sundays, not Saturdays, but Sundays. Yeah.
Because you're not going to miss college football.
Yeah, that's right. No college football.
All right. And then which one of these options you've had 40, 10 people at a meeting, so to speak?
Approximately.
Oh, by the way, there was a picture that made me laugh. So like Larry Long and a couple other guys, it was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And somebody took a picture, right?
And they're all watching football.
Wait, you can't see the TV, right? So the wives are off to the right, like at a table with like papers, like talking. And then like around the corner, you can see some of these guys like facing a direction. I'm like, oh, they're totally watching football right now. It was amazing.
Well, you know what we do is we give everybody 10 to 15 minutes to get in groups.
Yeah.
And they were done early because
they went over and watched football. It was classic. So which one of these options is
So what we're seeing right now is almost 100% of the people that we've been in the homes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, positively are for a bond.
So everybody,
almost every single person. Now, there are some people that are like, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
what about the seniors with like fixed income? Because that's the one I always hear. It's like, oh, I'm on a fixed income.
This is what's interesting is they're looking at it like their house value will go up,
100%.
their legacy, their estate's going to go up in value because they're going to get brand new buildings.
Yeah.
And it's going to benefit them. And, one of our seniors made a great point. We were trying to figure out who's not on a fixed income. Obviously, if you're in sales, you're not, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of the people in Poland,
fair statement.
they go to school and they have a salary.
Yeah. That's
obviously if you're in sales, it's much different, but most people are on a fixed income. And one of the seniors had said that. I thought that was interesting.
No, I've never heard that before.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All people are kind of on a fixed income.
If you may make a lot one month and less another month. So it all average out to certain amount.
Yeah. Wow.
But what the seniors are guiding us to is that we call it option 5 or option 0.
Okay.
Is we're going to continue to spend the money anyways for the next 36 years.
Right.
So we're going to spend several $1 million a year fixing our buildings up.
Yeah.
If we spend $100 million and have a new facilities master plan, we're going to spend less than that. We still have to take care of the buildings, but we're going to spend less than that. It's going to equal $100 million anyways. In 36 years.
And who's to say? So the way you were talking too is if you're chucking, so we don't do anything. We keep chucking money. What's her name? Montine, the
Mrs. Montier, our treasurer.
The treasurer.
Yeah.
That's always like her nightmare scenario because it's going to keep going down and eventually you're going to get to the point where you're spending so much money on buildings, you're going to have to call it emergency. You're going to have to ask the public for money in the future.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's like spend it now on something new or spend it in repairs and we ask for help down the road.
And we tell everybody that this is expensive. We actually broke it down exactly how much you're going to spend if you have a $100,000 home, $100,000 assessed value on the home.
Right. So okay. So 100,000. Let's do this real fast. Here's $100,000. So your house is assessed at 100, not appraised.
That's
assessed. Correct. That's Mahoning County.
Yep.
Most of the time, Mahoning County is going to be less than what your home is appraised for.
That's correct.
Most of the time, especially in that one, I kind of know about. All right. So let's do this. So I'd say 300,000.
Okay.
$300,000 house. It is $393 annually, so we'll go times 3. That puts you at $1,179 a year.
Okay.
Divided by 12. On a $300,000 house, you would be paying $98.25 more a month.
Yep.
So when you really break it down a month, I know that it's $100 and times are tough, but for your kids to go to a new school, or new schools, possibly, the value of your house is going to go through the roof because you have this new schools.
Yes.
It's worth it to me.
Yeah.
Again, and that's just as a loan officer. I mean, I know what's going to happen. Schools are, as a loan officer, people, the schools are 100% next to the condition of your house and your property and stuff. The most important thing people look for when they're buying a house. 100%.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, that is it. So, okay, that makes total
the
sense.
feedback has been fantastic. I saw yesterday the Canfield is putting their levy. They're changing their levy. They're going to do some pivoting. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so.
they got a long road ahead of them because of the way the first.
It's going to end
out.
up. It's a race now.
Yeah,
because we want new schools. We want. And I'm not saying we have to have new schools, but we have to have something. It's that spending $2 million a year of taxpayer dollars to fix buildings up is what keeps me up at night.
Yeah.
Like we, like I was telling you, we got my director of operations, Matt McKenzie, told me we got to put a new roof on the seminary. It's like $3 million project.
Yeah, I was going to say, right?
$3 million on a building that
is 40 years old, almost 50 years old.
And we could have a brand new one. So it's like, just that keeps me up. But,
here's a good question from Beth. Hey, look, Bodine. Bodine Company. Yeah. I'm wearing the shirt today that Matt gave me. Because we are planning to taking 19% from the state, would that mean we have to use builders approved by the state?
Yeah, they have a group that they can all be, and almost every builder I think is in there. There's a lot,
right? Yeah, so it's not like we're getting some freak builder that.
No, it's competitive bidding across. That's a really good question.
So you said, so what option was it again? I'm sorry, I'm all over. Was the best so far that you think?
Okay,
or the one that's being accepted.
Well, they're all. It's been great. The public's really guiding us in a great spot. So what we find out here is a lot of people like option 3. Okay, but this is what's interesting about 3. It's very polarizing.
That's the 3. Okay, that's the
three brand new buildings on the seminary campus. Okay.
Would you run that by the people in the village because they get real defensive?
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this now. So there's a lot of people that like that option.
Yeah.
However, they're okay with options 1 and 2.
Right.
If you like 1 and 2, you hate option 3. Do you follow me?
Yes.
So it's like this subgroup we're watching real closely. So we can't say, okay, we're going to do option 3, even though it's pretty popular. A lot of people like options 1 and 2. They can't stand 3, but the people that like 3, they're like, all right, I'll go with 1 or 2 as well. So it makes it a lot.
And see, that's how I am.
Yep.
And again, I don't want to stereotype, but I feel the people in the village, and I don't blame them because the people in the village have had these schools by them. That's reasons why they moved there. The schools are part of their neighborhood.
Yes.
And they're used to it and they get it. Me and the township, and I swear it's the township people.
Yeah.
I don't care where the hell the schools are. I'll drive to the village. I'll drive to wherever, as long as we get new stuff. And I bet if you look at the location of those people, I would bet it's the people in the village by the schools that are in that subgroup you're talking about.
And we're also seeing another pattern. We're meeting with the seniors.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go in and talk with the seniors about what they like. Not a yes vote.
Yeah.
Not about a bond.
Yeah.
What do you guys like? Because they lived it. You know. And we're seeing a little pattern develop too. The kids, they like the 3 different experiences.
The 3 different buildings.
Yeah.
The kids do.
They liked, okay, I went to elementary here.
Yeah.
Now I'm leaving and going to another school. And now I'm leaving and going to another school. They like the 3 different options, 3 different principals, 3 different buildings. So it's going to be interesting when we get through this.
I did the same thing. So at South Range, we had 3 different buildings. We had one in North Lima, then we went to Greenford, and then we went back. And it does add to the experience. I can see that's a good point.
They
These are things we don't even think about.
And the seniors, obviously, they're probably all almost 18 now, but they'll be, when we put it on in November, if we do, next November, they'll all be voters, So
better get them on the thing and get them all
That's
voted,
right. That's
wow.
right. It's been going great. And can I send a shout out to everybody that's hosted me?
Yeah.
It's been great. We did 41 sessions. So just if anybody wants to host, email me. We're booked almost into November now, late November, but I'll do weekends. Saturdays are tough. because of college football. And, yeah,
right.
But
that's like I would never do a Sunday because of NFL.
Yeah,
no
you're
way.
an
Yeah,
NFL
no
guy,
way.
yeah,
Right.
so.
That's funny. Yeah, Maggie's been. We're getting our house renovated, so as soon as it's done getting renovated, we'll have.
What about outside? Don't you have a fire pit?
We do.
Let's just do it outside.
You sure?
Yep, I love it.
All right, I'll talk to the boss. That's the boss.
Yeah.
That's not my department.
Wait a minute, I'm her boss, so I can go tell her.
You can go tell her. Yeah. Good luck with that. Let me know how that goes. And she'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. All right." So here we go. If senior citizens had paid health care like working people, that would free up more money to help school districts. Paying for meds really hurts senior citizens. I know working couples pay a portion of the premiums, but not all. Oh, she's talking about our comment.
Yeah.
Oh boy, everybody's different. Yeah, that's true too. I don't even know.
One thing we do know about the elderly, just so the public knows, I'm sure they know that there are homestead tax laws. So the older as you grow in,
25% off,
you get a discount on that too. So that's taken into consideration.
Okay.
You know,
all right, cool. All right. Well, this is all good. As we go, I'm going to be interested to see where we come.
Yeah.
Which
do you like?
Any of the three.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how I am. Honestly, whatever at this point for me, the schools cannot maintain where they're at. I would prefer 3 because it's all in one area. I think that's a nice aspect. But like you just said, it's cool too that the kids get to move around. Like I know Lucas is in 6th grade, my 6th grader. He's going into 7th next year, and he's excited.
Yeah,
like you just said about moving schools. He's like, it's so cool. You know what I mean? So I think I don't know. Any of these is good for me.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I tell you, I got to again give a shout out to the Poland folks that have hosted me, especially very informed taxpayers.
Oh yeah,
very informed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm shocked at the level. I'm not used to people asking such challenging questions about their taxes.
That's awesome.
When they go to the polls, they know what they want to be informed. It's great to have that engagement. And I don't know a lot of the answers, so I always find it out. Usually bring the treasurer with me and a board member or another administrator. So some nights we have 2 at the same time going on. So it's been great.
But that's a credit to you guys too. And I mean this, since you came, and it was funny when people were complaining about the emergency, right? I said, you guys are bitching because they didn't send out an all call. I said 3 years ago, we wouldn't have had any idea what was going on. Yeah. And that is a credit to you guys. And I think the interest in the people knowing what's going on with this stuff is the communication you guys are doing. The videos, you know what I mean? We were giving you grief about you saying Poland on the move. Yeah. Like Isaac and I were giving you grief. But it's like, but those are things that never happen. And people know what's going on because of that. So that's a credit to you guys. And I think it's great. I said that 100%. I'll stick with that. You guys are doing a good job with communication. All right. So we're going to follow this as we go. What else? Anything else out here?
Just a couple announcements. As we move into October, we got a lot of a couple new things. Parent teacher conference is going to look a little bit different. Instead of having teachers working all day and then doing conferences late in the evening, we have no school on conference night. So remind that. So they can start conferences in the morning and go all the way into the night. And then we're off that following Friday. So that's the 13th and 14th. So remember that.
What was it before?
So the teachers would work all day and then they would have conferences all night. And we couldn't get all the parents in.
Yeah.
So we made it so the teachers are off that day on the 13th and the kids, they don't have any kids. So we can focus on conferences. So,
as a husband of a teacher, I just want to, off the record, I just want to let you know I hate conference night because Maggie's gone till like 9:30.
Yeah.
So I have the monsters the whole time. So I just, anything we could do to lessen the load of my wife and make her in a better mood by the time she gets home, that's great.
Well,
this should do it.
Yeah. The next day she's off and the rest of the weekend. And then that Monday, October 17th is a professional development day. So we'll be,
you were a teacher at one point, weren't you?
Yeah.
That had to be tough though, right? That's tough to work, to teach all day and then deal with the parents coming in the whole time.
And and then always, especially the ones that came at the end, I was just like, man, I'm out of energy.
You're talking like 8:30 p.m. by the time it's over. Wow.
Yep. So this is going to be really good. Yeah. A lot of the parents had recommended that. The teachers came up with it. And
that's
awesome. I was like, let's do it.
That's a good call.
So that's that. Also, if I could just throw a shout out to October the 5th, Eli's on the Go is a big bake sale.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
It's for a sensory room.
We were pushing for that. Yeah.
At McKinley and the middle school. The sensory rooms are for students that have disabilities. and have issues, it's a place for them to go to gather themselves to, and
Right.
it's very, very effective. The school's going to pay a pretty high percentage of the room and do the room, but there's a lot of stuff they need inside it that we
Okay.
can't.
I will.
So, and I'll throw out a invite to everybody.
Julie
So,
Payne shared that with me, and I want to get, if we can, to help raise money for that.
yeah,
I don't know if and I'm sure Julie will come on.
yeah,
And maybe I don't know if we can get the teacher or somebody to come on to help, because I will support that 100%. They said they needed an iPad.
yeah.
And I immediately grabbed the envelope or checkbook and rode my bike down and wrote a check.
Right.
Because it's like, it's like the special needs kids. I will 100% get behind it, and another community will too. So if we got to do whatever we got to do for a sensory room, we'll push. So
that's good. And then the Poland Schools Foundation is selling raffle tickets. They're $20.
Yep.
You're going to have people like Allison Matson and Troy Paulus come sell. I think their tickets are counterfeit, so you're going to need to go with me.
Don't trust Troy.
Yeah,
All
Troy and them are, and Dr. Hoffmaster's. I don't think hers are
Not
legit
either. Okay,
I'm selling
how
the
many
winning
tickets you got to
tickets.
sell?
They asked 40.
You got to sell 40
I have
tickets?
40 tickets.
How much are they?
They're $20.
I'll buy a ticket.
All right, I'll drop one off.
I don't have $20 on me right now, but
I'll drop it off. You can give it to me.
give it to
later.
Maggie. Make Maggie pay.
I will today.
Yeah, drop it
I'll
off in her
say-
room and say, Luke said you need to buy I need $20 now.
Yeah.
Go interrupt her class, dude.
Yep.
That would be fantastic.
So
Okay.
I want to be the leading salesman. I think Allison's catching me though.
She's gonna be tough to beat.
She's tough.
She's everywhere.
I know.
She is everywhere, and Allison Matson knows everybody. I walk and I ride my bike around. Literally the one time, so I went by the high school on my bike. I saw her. Okay. 20 minutes later, I got to the middle school, just riding around.
Yeah.
She's standing there. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, oh, I'm just making my rounds. I'm like, what the heck?
It's awesome.
Wow. All right. Good question. This is a good one too. We're gonna totally put you on the spot.
Yeah.
When the weather gets better, you're gonna change the cluster stops. I invite you to come and stand on the corner with me at 6:25 in the morning. The people do not stop for the stop sign. So yeah, what are we gonna do when the weather gets
Yeah.
bad?
First of all, is that Mr. Boston? Or Mrs.
Yeah, it's Bobby. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to find, if you could just text me the stop. I want to check that. The people that don't stopping at the stop sign, we're randomly checking those.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll get that. And
Do you get a lot of people who don't stop at stop signs and stop buses?
I've heard that that's true. I haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
I will tell you that traffic in Poland is
In
not
Boardman?
good.
Or how about Boardman?
Yeah.
It took me 30 minutes to get here from my freaking house because of the
Right.
traffic.
Yeah. One, when it gets cold, everybody, we live in Northeastern Ohio.
Yeah.
It's just,
And they have no sidewalks either.
and there's no sidewalks, but this was the deal. If we didn't do the cluster stops, we're probably gonna have to drive the kids to school. You're not gonna get any service at all. So we have to do it, or we didn't have enough. So we're just gonna have to bundle up. We'll keep addressing it. I'll report anybody that's running stop signs.
Yeah.
We're randomly checking those near our stops, and we'll do the very best we can. I got to tell you, our efficiency is getting better and better and better. The kids are getting home. They're leaving at 3:15, 3:10. The buses are gone.
My bus driver has been on time. Shout out to her because she's awesome.
Yeah.
But every day since school started.
And what's interesting is if you lived in Poland, grew up in Poland, this is the way they've always done it.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, we got away from those and we picked kids up at their homes.
Oh, they did cluster stops?
They used to do cluster stops all the time. I talked to everybody. They used to
that.
walk to our legal, Megan Bear. She's the board's legal counsel. She said they had cluster stops. I talked to Mr. Banfield, who was born and raised here.
They had cluster stops.
They used to walk.
I didn't know that.
They used to walk with groups of people. And, so when the weather gets bad, we just got to bundle up and the buses will get there.
Yeah, and not having sidewalks, you're just going to have to be really, really careful.
Very careful.
Because they're going to be walking on the road. And it's not like the cluster stops on 170 or anything like that, correct?
No. I don't think there's any on 170.
Yeah, or any crazy roads or anything like that. So, okay, cool. All right. And again, if you guys have questions, they're always allowed to call you, right?
Yeah, anytime. Yep.
So if we're not answering it or you're like, that's BS, call him and he'll explain it to you. And I mean, absolutely. Once we have more drivers, enough drivers, will we still do cluster stops?
There's a possibility we could limit the cluster stops,
right?
And right now we have like 55 cluster stops.
Okay.
So if we continue to get drivers it could be less people with at cluster stops.
That makes sense.
Could be.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What? Anything else?
Nope, we're good.
We're good. All right,
uh,
and then we'll have you back next week. Dude,
Yep.
that was an hour, and we've had like 30 people on the entire time. So again, polling people, if you're watching this right now, please like this, share this. You got to share it so we get the word out, because there's a lot of good information.
Yeah.
That's why I love doing these. I mean, there's so much good information. Please share this, and make sure you hit the like button. Yeah, we'll have you back next month.
Got to look at Beth Bodine's. That's a good one.
What's that?
Whenever I do my first
when the weather gets bad, will you give an all call and say Poland is not on the move? Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm doing that.
will you please do that? Like
that,
we are
yeah.
not on the move this morning. We are off. We are not on the move. Snow day.
That's a great one.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna find him today.
Yeah, Vander.
Vander. Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna
awesome.
find him. So.
All right. So, good question too,
Yeah.
Beth. By the way. So, all right, we will have you back on next month.
Yep. You tell me.
Real fast with us tonight. We have MLO Bros are just talking back. We have a Halloween party. We're going to be October 9th, 29th.
Is that that's not Saturday, is it?
It's a Saturday after evening.
I
We'll have to see that.
think the
football
Buckeyes
schedule.
play.
On October 29th.
I think the Buckeyes play Penn State on. Is that?
I'll
possible?
put a TV up. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll have to see. All right. Okay. We'll have to see what happens. So, and then another big one too. Wednesday, October 5th, is Coffee with a Cop.
Yeah.
We are buying the coffee for everybody.
At the Stone Fruit. Right?
Stone Fruit at 9 a.m. So that's Coffee with a Cop. Isaac and I will be there. We're gonna go hang out.
Cool.
And then I think this is a must watch for anybody in Poland. Don Marchionna Jr. next week will be on the show to talk about his plans for Union if he was able to get it.
I'd love to. I'm going to make sure I watch that because
Yeah.
I'd love to see the feedback from the community.
Yeah,
It's a big deal.
it is a big
It's
deal. And
Poland guy.
yeah,
I think,
he is. Oh,
yep.
absolutely.
Heard he was a great athlete. by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah. So he's a Poland guy.
Kids go to Poland. Does he got?
I don't know. I don't know if Junior does or not. I don't actually know. So we'll we'll get to meet them, talk about it. And I'm going to, I mean, you know me, I'm direct. I'm going to ask him about the issues with the former company and stuff like that. And have they put it behind them? I know they're still building stuff. So I think that's stuff we got to talk about. So, all right. So that's it. Supe, go to work.
Thank you. Thanks for all.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys tonight. We're going to talk about our Halloween party. So it's going to be good. So see you guys.
Thanks,
all
everybody.
later. Bye.
Yep.